Well, this music's always a good sign. Someone is knocking on my door. If Graviner thinks I'm going to follow him around like a puppy... He's right. No. No, I'm just not going to answer it. It's a holiday. I'm not moving. The knock repeats. He's keeping his temper at least, not banging down the door, but I'm still not answering.
Franco, dear, wakey wakey.
What?
Good morning, Gobbler.
Is this a Thanksgiving pun? What?
I know you're keen to learn about American traditions, so you'd better get up and get over to the gym for the parade.
We're having a parade.
Oh no, we're only watching. Everyone does. The kitchens won't be serving meals until the feast this afternoon, but there will be some snacks on hand. Now, you'd better get a move on if you don't want to miss the beginning.
I suppose this is how it works. Eh? On Thanksgiving Day in America, the businesses of New York City hold the world's largest parade.
Look at that.
There are marching bands, cheerleaders, actors, singers, enormous balloons, huge decorated floats. It goes on for hours. Families line the city streets and hotel balconies to get a look, but most of the country watches the television broadcast from home. Here at Heir's Academy, we can go a step better. A complex illusion transforms the gym stage into an enormous picture window looking out on the streets of New York as if we were right there among the crowd. It's only an image, not a portal. They can't hear us, and any popcorn thrown at the view remains in the gym. Nice. And that means everyone feels free to scream approval when the high-kick dancers wearing suit jackets and stockings do their routine. There aren't that many of us here, but it seems that Potsdam has rounded up most or all of the remaining students in the name of tradition. Any stragglers will probably show themselves at the feast. Blaze is the first person I see that I actually know, so I end up sitting with her and listening to her jokes along with the official commentary. Hooray, we got to hang out with Blaze, that's nice. After the parade, in the early afternoon, the feast is served. An enormous roasted bird takes central prominence, seated proudly on a silver platter and surrounded by fruits and greens. But there are many more dishes to choose from, especially vegetables and pies. To make it easier to accommodate the group, the food is set up on one table like a buffet. We all circle around it and make our selections before moving to another table to sit. Everyone is present, even Grabner, although he won't meet my eyes. At the last minute, when I've already taken my seat, Damien slips into the room and heads for the food. I didn't even know he was still at school.
Now, while we're here, let's all share something we're thankful for. I am thankful for the warmth of your company and the peace of this academy. Isabella? I'm thankful for a comfortable roost and another grand parade. Trinity? I am thankful for the continued health of my family. Hieronymus?
Oh. I am thankful that we have not yet had to expel any freshmen this year.
That is something to be thankful for.
I love that man. It's Blaze.
I'm thankful for rabbits.
Focus moves around the table. A South Asian man in Toad Hall robes turns up his classically beautiful nose and refuses to speak, but Potsdam seems to expect that and moves on. I want to see this beautiful man with the classically beautiful nose. Then everyone looks at me. I am thankful for... food. The schemer in me likes the new opportunities. We'll go through these one at a time. Let's start with making friends this year. Or this route. the friends I've made here. A few more harmless statements, and then at the end of the table is Damien.
I am thankful for innocence and beauty.
Hmm.
An interesting choice. Wasn't that lovely, everyone? Now, eat up, enjoy! Later today, we'll have some traditional games available in the gym. Nothing too strenuous. We all need to digest. And tonight, we'll be running vans to the mall for the midnight Black Friday specials. Seats are limited. Black Friday, heck yeah.
Only Americans would make shopping at midnight a holiday tradition. I think I'll pass. But for now, there is a feast to enjoy.
Aw, but we could get the deals, the Stila deals. Franco.
After overindulging at the feast, I am walking slowly through the hallway when I hear someone clear his throat behind me.
Hieronymus, maybe?
Ahem. Mr. Franco. I would like to speak with you if you have a moment. This is a request. You are on free time. You may say no.
So, he wants to apologize to me, does he?
I'll go with the poor man. Come on.
All right. I follow him into a room.
So, yesterday, I spoke harshly. It was not my intent to drive you away.
Of course not. That wouldn't be doing your duty. Which you will do, but you don't have to like it, right?
Yes and no. You are not a burden. At least no more than any other student. Every student is a risk. A chance to prevent disasters if only we are careful enough, clever enough, teach them enough. And we fail. I failed.
He takes a slow breath.
Tell me what you know of my history. The public version. Do not mince words.
He wants me to say it. The rumors say that you murdered a wild seed in England when you were a student. But I know that's not what happened. It was an accident.
That makes no difference! I was a young man finding his freedom for the first time at school, away from my family estate.
Like me.
I did not trust my elders. There were too many lies, too many dismissals. When I was inconvenient, I was pushed aside. Because I was alienated, because I thought I knew better, I chose not to believe anything I had not seen for myself. And therefore I defied every warning and brought a wild seed girl with me into the other world.
And she died.
I killed her as surely as if it had been my hands on her throat. She knew that I had traveled the high road safely. She saw no reason why the same should not be true for her. After all, I would be there to protect her.
But she was not an adult, and not a member of the Grabner family. The old bargains did not defend her, and her soul was devoured. Hieronymus returned to England, badly wounded, with only his lover's empty body in his arms.
Poor Violet.
It was a terrible scandal, not least because of the risk of someone investigating how he had survived. The noble families joined forces to cover up the incident and explain the girl's disappearance. Hieronymus was ordered to keep silent. In anger, he left England, never to return. His exit fueled rumors that he had killed the girl in some kind of romantic quarrel, which muddied the truth even further.
It has been a long time since I have spoken of this. I do not like to remember. My duty to you stirs up old memories. That is not your fault, it is mine. It has always been mine. It is easier when no one knows. When you are here, I can't forget.
I don't think he has ever forgotten. Not for a single day, even if he doesn't speak her name.
You know my story, and I am the only person here who knows yours. Your company makes me uncomfortable, but I would rather you came to me if you needed support.
You don't need to do that. There's nothing wrong. Everything in my life is just being a teenager.
The love and the loss that we feel when we are young may be the deepest and forever mark our fates. Forgive me. I must sound like a melancholy old man.
He's not even that old. Adult, yes, but not what I would call middle-aged.
And still very much a little boy inside.
I feel foolish for snapping at him yesterday, but I don't know what to say to him now. He's not my father, but he is my teacher, and we're not exactly friends.
You don't need to hear all this. Speak to me if you have need. Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I can't help but laugh a little.
And have a happy Thanksgiving. Blah. Poor Hieronymus. He needs a nice girl, a nice new wild seed girl in his life.
Finally, I can sleep in with no one bothering me. Woohoo! No more stress, yes.
That's what you like to see. Well, next time I'll remember to get all stressed out before this week. Exam music?
Eventually tiring of spending all day in my room, I decide to go out for a walk. On an ordinary Saturday, I would go to the mall, but with most of the students gone, the vans aren't running. I'm not sure about the dungeons, but they're probably locked up for safety reasons. Before the holidays started, Pasta made a point to say that the library would still be open. Maybe I should go there. No one seems to be around, except for the librarian, who looks up from her books as I enter.
Afternoon, Mr. Franco.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I don't know much about Miss Darden. Except for the Thanksgiving meal, I've never seen her out of the library, and inside the library it never seems appropriate to start a conversation with her. Besides, she's a teacher. Well, actually, she isn't. At least, she's not a professor. She could be a junior instructor, but she seems older and more experienced than Professor Von Brunn. Still, looks can be deceiving.
Something on your mind, sugar? Sure. Why not?
Were you ever a student here when you were younger?
Oh no, honey. I am a bona fide graduate of St. John's Academy.
What brings you to Iris, then?
Well, it falls to somebody to look after all y'all.
She settles back into her chair with her book.
You let me know if you need anything else now.
I suppose it's up to me to amuse myself for now.
You didn't even study in there, you just read well, you just were in the library.
It's not hard to tell when the other residents of Wolf Hall return to the school. The quiet corridors slowly fill with boots and shouting. I go out to see who's around.
Hey, Franco. How was your break?
It was educational.
Oh, I learned more of your traditions, tried a few new things. How about you?
We got snow. Which is great, because it got me out of the house and away from all the girls. Ellen's okay when she's not with Urchin, but then Pastel was there. Do you know her?
Not really.
Well, look out. She'll probably try to seduce you sometime. She does it to everyone. William was her first target, obviously, but he just sort of laughed and treated her like a kid, which she hates.
I suppose he acts like that with a lot of people, keeping his distance.
Next thing I know, she's trying to sneak into my room in the middle of the night.
Oh?
Did you let her?
In my parents' house? Besides, that's not the kind of thing I'm looking for. I want a girlfriend who likes me, not one who'll take anybody that's around. So after that, I kept my door locked. But the snow was great. We went out on sleds. Did you get any here?
Not really. Just a tiny bit in the air.
Well, it's still early. Don't worry, by Christmas we'll freeze your toes off.
It's already colder outside than I'm used to.
I'm going to go see if Luke is back yet. Catch you later!
Of course, by Christmas I will be home again, at least for a while, and that will be strange in its own way.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Mama and Papa, or if we'll just segue back to here. Let's look at our diary. Okay, we read that. Alright. Thanksgiving blessing.
Classes ended for the Thanksgiving break. Professor Potsdam held a small assembly to remind all students to give thanks to the three kindred and to the natives of the land that accepted them as immigrants.
Gravener's guidance.
Professor Gravener ordered me to have breakfast with him so that we could discuss my progress at school and my plans for the winter holiday. It ended with an argument because neither of us appreciates being forced into contact.
Heart of the woods.
I went for a walk on the school grounds to calm my thoughts. Because I was upset, I briefly gathered natural magic, but I released it without any harm done. For a moment, I thought I saw a girl with red hair watching me, but my imagination was playing tricks on me.
Thanksgiving.
Professor Potsdam woke me up early in the morning to view the big parade in New York City. Then, in the afternoon, we had a feast and talked about what we were thankful for.
Gravener's past.
I spoke with Professor Gravener. He explained that dealing with me and my family responsibility dredged up the painful memories of his past and youthful mistakes. Despite that, he wants me to talk to him if I have questions or concerns, to try and prevent me from making such mistakes myself.
Library.
I talked to Miss Darden in the school library. It seems that she wasn't trained here at Iris, but at the Root, and knows a different style of magic.
Happy returns.
Students are arriving back at the school. Donald talked about how Pastel stayed with his family for Thanksgiving break, and that her flirting made him uncomfortable.
Poor Donald. He just wants a real girl to love him for his pranking ways. That's all. Alright. Moving on with our life. So we are maxed on blue, yes? Hecky yeah! Alright, so we're gonna start doing these things. Alright. Got to work out and things. Which will be good for us. We should... Oh, hello? I was just about to say we should start learning, like, the mixed color spells. Like a bit of blue and red and a bit of blue and green. So that'll be cool. But...
I see Professor Von Brun walk into the gym, heading for the stage. The overhead lighting gleams off the curls of her red hair. Red hair. I thought I saw someone with red hair in the trees last week and then decided that it was probably a bird.
Oh! Good point, Franco. It would make more sense for it to be her than Angela.
What if it wasn't just a bird, but an owl? Could Professor Von Brun have been spying on me? Can a lechuza take owl form during the day? That's not what the stories I've heard said, but I've never met one before. Even small owls aren't small birds. If an owl had taken wing, I would have noticed. I might have missed one tucked up on a branch, though. But if she was watching me as an owl, why would I see red hair? Most likely, there was never anything there at all that day, just my own homesick imagination. I dismiss Professor Von Brunn from my thoughts and go on my way.
Interesting to ponder, though.
Tonight's meal came with a very American side dish, an enormous mound of long, thin-cut fries. Yum. Luke calls them shoestring, but I don't want to think about eating my shoes.
Now, you gotta make the sauce properly.
He picks up a red plastic ketchup bottle in one hand and yellow mustard in the other, and squeezes them at the same time, forming two distinct mounds of color on his plate. Then he grabs a pair of fries and begins vigorously swirling the sauces together until they turn orange. Shaking my head, I smile and look past him. I notice Barbara sitting by herself, quietly contemplating her dessert. She looks more calm and relaxed than usual. Perhaps she had a nice Thanksgiving break. She sets the sealed plastic cup of pudding in front of her, and then stabs down through the foil lid with her knife. Again and again, she brings her fist down, causing tiny eruptions of brown goo with each motion. She almost looks like she's giggling. Do they all play with their food here? Luke sees my expression and looks over at Barbara's table.
She's scary.
You've never made a mess with pudding?
I've never tried to murder it. She's fine. Don't worry about it. She's like Kanito. Don't worry about it. Sure, it's fine.
As I'm getting ready for my day, I hear a commotion out in the hallway.
As I do.
When I open the door, I am greeted with an awful smell, like someone has wrapped a dead fish in a bunch of dirty socks and left it in the sun. I summon up a breeze to try and freshen the air, but the smell doesn't budge. What's causing this? Down the hall, I see the usual suspects pulling open a window. Donald?
It wasn't me, I swear. It was like this when we got up. I can't find the source.
Luke pulls his head back in from the window.
It smells fine outside, but it still stinks in here. At least it's not poison gas like that exam, I think. No, it's just a prank.
We look over to William, surprised.
I'll deal with it.
He waves a hand and the smell suddenly disappears.
Luke looks so excited. There's a stink spell? Can you teach me? No. Aww. If it's a prank spell, who was the target? Me.
Okay.
Seeing my expression, he hands me a piece of paper.
I found this slipped under my door.
It's labeled in fat black letters, Stinker. But why?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
He shrugs and goes back into his room.
Is he okay?
Donald shrugs.
I don't know anything you don't know.
Someone did this, but why? It must have been set up at night. Like that time when I heard someone sneaking around in the halls and he attacked me. Do we need to set a guard in Wolf Hall? Well, it was only a bad smell. That's pretty harmless as pranks go.
What is happening with William? He's got, like, things happening. Odd things. My poor boy. I want to help. I did so well with green magic. I forgot how much my blue charm helped me. Oh, well. I wonder if you can... No, you probably can't wear more than one charm, actually. Yeah, well.
At dinner, I spot William eating by himself, a distracted look on his face. I decide to join him.
Ah, hello.
Hi. Am I bothering you? I could sit somewhere else.
No, it's alright.
I nod and settle in. The cafeteria has put together a good beetroot salad today, at least. So, what happened with the stinking door incident?
What do you mean?
Well, did you track down who did it?
No. I wasn't looking. It's not important.
Do you know why they went after you?
There doesn't have to be a reason. These things happen.
People just happen to insult you and set off stink bombs.
Sometimes. It's a boarding school full of kids with magical powers trying to learn to be adults. Sometimes they act out. Maybe Angela is still upset about the breakup. Maybe I bumped into someone in the hall. It could be a stupid reason. And sometimes people pick targets for no reason at all. Sometimes people pick the wrong target because that's safer.
How is it safer?
If it's not my enemy, then we can't even guess who it might have been. No motive, no suspect. It's not worth being upset over. No one was hurt. Just someone being childish.
It looked like he was more bothered at the time, but I suppose he's decided to be mature about it. You know, you're not that much older than the people you're calling kids.
I know.
I didn't expect that reaction.
Sorry, it's just... Well, you know my freshman year didn't end that well.
Because of Damien.
Because of me. Because I lost my temper. I was angry about a lot of things, and for a while, all I wanted was to get even. To win.
So, you played pranks on Damien? It's hard to imagine William behaving like Donald and Luke.
No. But I had some pretty elaborate fantasies of horrible things I would have liked to see happen to him. And I was glad when he hurt other people, because that meant it wasn't just me, and people would hate him and I'd look better.
He shrugs.
It was a bad time. I'm not perfect. I can't be objective when it comes to Damien. I know that. But I believe it's important to think more about how to help people, and less about how to punish them. I don't think her vengeance made Medea any happier.
That's very noble, but if someone's actually harassing you, is it wise to ignore it?
One stink bomb is not harassment. Besides, it might have been Donald after all.
If he's not worried, then I suppose I shouldn't be either.
I'm worried, man. I don't know. Something's afoot. More than he's letting on.
When I get up in the morning, I spot a piece of paper slipped under my door. It's from Minnie Cochran, announcing that the final exam for the year will be next Friday, December 13th, and reminding everyone that there are study sessions in the library today. Well, what should I do today?
Oh?
That's not fair!
Huh?
We can't have another test already! We just had one! Dude, calm down. That was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but... we were on vacation. We didn't have time to learn anything.
There was bound to be an exam sometime in December.
Finals are supposed to be right before the Christmas break. In an ordinary school. But we're not ordinary.
Luke's only response is an incoherent whine. I shake my head and return my attention to planning my day.
Luke is such a mood, though. Alright, let's go.
Minnie Cochran is assisting students in the school library.
So we're gonna study with her, because she's here today.
Minnie and I discuss the principles of white magic. I notice that Ellen is sitting at the table next to me in the library, quietly reading a book. I am absorbed in my work, so I see no reason to bother her.
We finally meet Pastel! Oh, you look great, girl. I love it.
Someone else has other ideas.
Ellen? Are you busy?
I'm studying.
She keeps her voice low, but I can still hear them.
Why don't you take a break and come back to my room for a while? Then we can, you know.
Take a study break.
Didn't we have a lot of fun last time? Come on, your hands are crying out for it. Well, maybe a little won't hurt. But we can't do this all the time.
Right.
With secretive smiles, they slink out of the library together.
Okay.
Pastel and Ellen. I thought she was dating Damien. It's none of my business anyway.
It's probably more innocent than we think. Probably like braiding hair. Probably. Okay, we did that. Owl oversight.
I considered whether Professor Von Brunn might have been spying on me in the woods over Thanksgiving, but decided it was unlikely.
Okay. Food for thought.
American students seem to enjoy making a mess of their food. Luke showed me how to make orange sauce, and then Barbara used her chocolate pudding cup like a pincushion.
Something smells.
We woke up to a terrible smell in Wolf Hall, which was the result of a prank spell. William appeared to be the target, but if he suspects who was responsible, he is insane.
Not worth it.
William said he's not worried about who planted a stink bomb on his door, because it's just a childish prank, and being obsessed with revenge is bad for you.
You say that, but... girlish secrets.
Pastel spirited Ellen out of the library to do something fun together in her bedroom. What was that about?
We'll never know, I'm sure. We'll never know.